Hi, what's cooking? I'm Bella and welcome back to my kitchen. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make red lentil pasta. After the great response I had with the fresh spinach pasta, I decided to show you another alternative to white or wheat flour. This is very flavorful and also very nutritional. It has a lot of protein, fiber, iron, and it's low in calories. So if you want to learn how to make this recipe, just keep on watching.
Let's go over a list of ingredients. We're using red lentil flour, garbanzo flour, salt, egg, olive oil, and you may need a little bit of water, so I do have a jar with water and we're going to add 1 tablespoon as needed. This will all depend on the size of the egg you're using. Now let me talk to you about the red lentil flour. So I went ahead and made my own, and I did make a short 2-minute video. You can watch it right here to see how to make it, but it's very simple and I can tell you in 10 seconds. So you're gonna buy dry red lentil, blend it or put in your food processor until you have a fine dust. Once you do, you're gonna sift that with a chinois to separate any large particles. Reserve that, and then you use only the dust flour. Now it's time to start mixing it up. I'm using the racket tool. I'm going to start without the water and see if my dough achieves the consistency that I want. Turn it to low and just leave it in low. All you want the mixer to do is really mix all the ingredients together. It does look like I'm gonna need to add some water, so I'm going to turn it off and put 1 tablespoon of water at a time. It is very crumbly, and so I am pretty sure I'm gonna need 2 or perhaps 3, but I'm going to wait and still add 1 at a time. Actually, the consistency is perfect, so I'm not gonna add any more water. Today I only added 1 tablespoon. When I did this recipe the other day, I did have to add 2. So that's what I'm saying, it'll all depend on the size of your egg. So don't be afraid to add more water than just 1 tablespoon. Now I'm going to bring this to my counter and show you also what it looks like now. Let me show you what it looks like. It is very wet. You see? This is how I like to start my dough. Now I'm going to dust this surface with white flour. Now just prep your area and let's knead just a little bit to mix in this white flour. It's a very nice dough. It's really easy to work with. I'm getting a little bit closer so you can see. I made a nice rectangular log, if you may, and I'm going to cut it in half, making sure it's dusted. I'm gonna cut in 3s. I'm gonna try to be as equal as possible. It's definitely not equal. Okay? So now I'm going to start running those 6 pieces into my pasta machine. As I mentioned on a previous video that I made for fresh spinach pasta, you can potentially open your pasta by hand with a dough roller. I have invested money on a pasta machine. It's not very expensive at all. I think it's like around $60. But if you don't have it, you could open like so. Just make sure your surface is dusted so your dough doesn't stick to the surface. And what I'm going to do, which I learned as well, is open up a little bit, making it easier for me to feed those tiny little pieces in my machine. So we're starting with the lowest number, which is number 1, and it's going to give me the wider space. And we're going to go from 1 to 7. You just want to go 1, 2, 3. You just go in sequence. Don't keep going back to the same number. And I'm making sure they're all dusted. Don't be shy on your white flour either, okay? There we go. Again, my surface is pretty clean. So my first dough is gonna go in. I'm gonna try to keep the sides pretty straight. So I'm going this way. Number one. And remember to keep them in sequence because they start drying as you place them, and wait until you're passing all your pieces of dough. All right, let's speed this up. Now I'm down to the last step, which is number 7, and we're going to repeat the process. Ideally, when I'm passing through the cutter, I do want to feed in a straight side. So I might just cut it in half. We'll see. Yeah, that's fine to cut it in half. If you like the long fettuccine, then don't cut it, but I don't mind it. Okay, so I'm going to cut them in half so I can feed it through the fettuccine. We are done. So now you can let it dry a little bit and you can place it in the fridge for just a couple days. Remember, this is fresh pasta. It doesn't last as long as a store-bought dry pasta. This pasta has a lot of flavor, so you don't want to hide the flavor of your pasta with a strong sauce. So I'm going to make something very light, just with butter, a little bit of lemon, asparagus and pine nuts. So if you want to watch it, I will post an additional video just for that light sauce. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you did, please don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe. This is how you help support the channel. Also, please leave some comments below letting me know if you did try, if you like it. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.